Good morning, y'all, and welcome back to the channel. Guess what, guys? It is hot in Texas. It's beautiful, but it's hot. Look at that epic, beautiful view. The only thing that makes Texas hotter than the temperature is when the AC in your house decides to stop working. And not only did ours decide to stop working, ours has left the chat. So about 3 days ago, I told Alicia, the AC is starting to make a weird hum. And I looked at it and I said, it sounds like the compressor is done compressing. And lo and behold, that night, the house gradually started getting a little warmer. It wasn't terrible, but got a little warmer. Set it on 70, it was running at about 75, 76 all night. The next day, the compressor said, I'm done compressing, but not before it decided to sound like a box of rocks in this driveway trying to walk off the pad. It was bad. So we had to break down and call an AC guy. He came out, looked at it and said, sure enough, your compressor's done, because our unit was made in like 2011. So that's probably about the most you're gonna get out of it. So we asked him, how much for a new one? He told us the price. The price of AC components is up there. And I know why, because we're in Texas and you need it, and they got it, so they're gonna charge for it. So I said, fine, we'll break down and we'll buy one. When can you install it? He was like, oh, I'm like 2 weeks out. And I was like, absolutely not. We cannot go 2 weeks in the state of Texas right now, especially with temperatures being above 100 on the feels like. The normal temperature is high 90s. Like it was 97 yesterday. Feels like it was like 103. We cannot live in this house being a giant oven all day with 3 kids and a dog for 2 weeks. So we called another company to find out if they had one on hand, because we called a mom and pop company because we're a mom and pop company. And we like to share our money with businesses that are making it on their own. Well, because of the time frame, I said, let's call the biggest company in town. I bet they got something on the shelf. They also did not have a compressor in a timely fashion, but they did have a whole brand new condensing unit. So we decided to weigh the options on a compressor replacement versus a condenser. Compressor was about 2,800 bucks. That whole thing right there was $4 grand. Compressor comes with a 1-year warranty. That comes with a 5-year warranty. All the other stuff was really old and really rattly and really not great. All that's brand new. So they came out here 2 days ago, installed all that, all brand new stuff right here. It looks amazing, but it does not work. So they installed all that on a Friday afternoon, and when they fired it up to test it, they could not get the compressor to circulate through the house, and that's because there is a valve damaged inside our inside unit. I don't know what it's called, air handler, the actual terminology, but you have the outside part and the inside part. Condenser, all that stuff. So anyway, there's a valve in there that has to open and let the Freon circulate through the entire system. That valve would not open. And of course, all this happens at like 5:30 on a Friday. They can get the part, but it'll be Monday before they can come finish the installation. So we have a brand new unit right here that was installed at Friday afternoon. It's all ready to go, but we are still without AC. And because of that, we've been without AC for about 5 days now here in Texas. So you can imagine just how hot it is in this house. On the bright side, a lot of you guys don't know this, but filming YouTube videos in your driveway becomes a thing when the AC kicks on. Because if you don't know, you probably heard it in some of my videos. The one that used to be here, when it would turn on, it would literally ruin whatever I was doing because it was so loud. The initial startup was so loud, and it had this really whiny noise that apparently the microphone picks up better than my voice. So it's gonna be good to actually have a quiet AC unit right here, and not this one right here that's just trying to have a rock concert by itself. The only downside is that's not really where we wanted it. Well, we didn't want it right here anymore in the driveway. We don't really want it right there either, but that's where it's gonna go for right now, because we had future plans to remove the AC unit from the front of the house and put it on the other side of the house where it should go. And we had plans to move the inside unit to a different closet in the house and have everything on that end of the house. It's just a better setup for the way the house is built, and it's a big project. So since we didn't want to pay all that extra money because we just paid a whole bunch of money for this, we decided to tuck it around the corner for now, and that's easily movable whenever we decide to make the upgrade, if we ever get to that point. But for the meantime, it's out of the way because I kind of like to park my truck right here next to the trailer and not right there, because it makes it easier for Alicia to come and go. Especially when I leave the truck and trailer hooked up. It's really hard for her to get out because the truck is right there. So now that it's not in our driveway anymore, I can park right there, no problems. Before, the AC unit came to, like, it's past those bricks. It was out here, so backing up next to the trailer was, well, it was asking for a situation to eventually happen. So, do you guys want to see the East Texas way we have kept this house livable for the past 5 days? You're gonna laugh, but we're making it work.
Hi.
How's your temperature level?
Am I glistening? I just went and patted myself down for you guys, gave myself a little dry shampoo because I'm sweaty, I'm oily. It's okay in here until you start moving, and then you just drench sweat.
I told her the other day she looked very glowing, and I said this must be what they mean when they say mothers look glowing, because they're running hot.
Yeah, he said when they tell pregnant women that they're glowing, it's not because they're like with child, it's because they're literally sweating. And it is what I feel like. When I was pregnant, I could not control my temperature, and right now, no matter what I do, I'm hot. I keep going and standing in front of the fridge or the freezer, just trying to get a little cool air. Come stand in front of our little fans.
I haven't showed them yet.
Oh, we have some little cheaters now, so yeah, we don't have to stand in front of the fridge anymore, thank goodness.
So tell them about day one, what it felt like in here day one.
Day one wasn't so bad because we sleep with it about 70, 71 in the evenings, and it was a cloudy day. It was a pretty cool day actually, and so when we woke up, took the kids to school, came back, I'm working in the house, I'm like, oh, I feel a little warm. I had just vacuumed the whole house, and I go to check on it and it says 74 degrees. I'm like, that's not right. We're set to 70 or 71. And so we got to 74, and I think that's when I told you, like, I think we might be having some issues. I'm not real sure, but I know this thing was set lower and we keep rising. So I think by the end of day one, we were like 74, 75 degrees, and it was getting warm.
So after the guy came to look at it, it never worked. Well, it wasn't working anymore, but it never really worked again, because whatever he did, now that at least the fan wouldn't turn on, so we weren't moving air through the house. So now we had hot, stale air in here.
Yes.
And our first thing to do, because it was, you know, late at night, and of course I try to figure out ways to do things, I was like, I got this portico thing in the garage. And she was like, what do you mean? I was like, oh, I can just put water in it. But since we're trying to live here, I went and got bags of ice, filled the whole thing full of ice, and it worked great as long as you stood in front of it.
Yes, and we actually put this in our hallway where, like, the AC intake, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
I don't know. Where it sucks up the air. And so we had cool air coming out of all of our vents in all the rooms. So for the first night, it was okay because, like I said, we were only about 74 degrees in here. So when we woke up, day two, we were about 76, 77 degrees. So it's steadily getting warmer. Plus, this thing was throwing water everywhere, like
mostly because it's just condensate. Like, the humidity level in here was off the charts.
It reminded me of RV life. Like whenever it would be so humid inside, and no matter what you did, you couldn't get like things to stop sweating and stuff. That's exactly what our hallway looked like. So we nixed the ice idea and just started running it as a fan, which it does an all right job, but it definitely doesn't keep you cool.
So we started off the next day in the high 70s. We slept all night in the mid 70s, which is like not sleeping at all, because I don't know about y'all, but like I like to not sweat all the time, and I work all day, I sweat all day, and I have not cooled down. It's almost more enjoyable to just stay in the truck when I get home.
Yeah, I think our neighbors must think we're crazy, because like we've literally been staying outside, even though it's hot outside. we go outside and stay out there till almost dark, because when we come in, then at least the house feels cool, because we're so hot from being outside. But poor Kevin, he's gotten no relief this week. Like, it's been a hot time.
So day 2 came along, and of course it's starting to get real hot in here because we've just been gradually getting hotter and hotter and hotter. And Phil and Lolo decided to come to the rescue.
Yes, at prime time, because the weather changed. We no longer had cool days or cool nights. It was very, very hot, and we were sitting at like 80 degrees in here minimum. So it was hot, but thanks to Phil and Lolo, they had some things that saved us.
So now we have a window unit in the kitchen. It feels like we're in the RV again. It sounds like the RV. It's not cool like the RV.
It kind of feels like whenever you check into those hotels that have like the one that's like set up by the window and you gotta go turn it on. This is what this feels like. Like, it's cool as long as you're about right here.
But if you're where I am, it's not so cool.
If you step right here, you feel no air. But it has helped regulate the temperature a lot.
But that's not the only one. So like, that is clearly way too small for this giant room. But this is a room where we hang out in. So we turn that on. It's been on 62 degrees for about 3 days now. It's not 62 in here.
Yeah.
And then we use that to help blow that around the house. And then we put another one in the kids' room, so at least they're not sweating.
Yeah, so the kids have a window unit, the girls have a window unit in theirs, because they have a window that actually goes up and down instead of side to side like most of our windows. So keeping their room, Caden's room, cool has been pretty much easy. We can't really run the big fan during the day or when we want to watch TV or have a conversation, because it's very, very loud. So it's not on right now, but we do try to keep it on as much as possible.
Because it keeps things moving.
It just circulates air, yes.
So that was
day
3 or so-ish. And it wasn't great. Like, I think we got the house down to like 76 at night. It was great to sleep in as long as you didn't move.
Yes, like, just my dad, when he came over to get Buddy, and he's like, oh, it actually feels nice in here. And I'm like, it's nice until you move. The second you start doing things or like cooking or any of that, instant sweat. Like,
yeah, by the way, Buddy left. Buddy's sleeping in the great weather at Phil and Lolo's house.
We decided to let the old man go hang out with Phil and Lolo, because he was like drinking so much water, so we shipped him off, and he's enjoying the good life.
Last night, Phil and Lolo came to the rescue again, and they had another AC unit, like one of those kind where like you run the vent out the window, and it's like a little thing that stands in your room.
Portable, almost like this fan thing, but it's like portable, and like it'll blow whatever temperature you want.
So we put that in our room.
Yes.
And it's amazing, but it's still not cool. So now we have 3 air conditioners and the portacool running at night.
For the first time in like, I don't know, 5 days, I finally slept with more than just a sheet over me. Like last night, I got a little bit chilly actually, and so I used the actual cover. So I know it's working, but man, there's just like hot spots all throughout the house. The restrooms, hot. We try to keep the fans on, keep the air going, but it's just hot all around. Plus, like, I'm like noise sensitive, and everything is so loud with these fans, and I feel like I have not gotten a noise break in like a week. My noise break usually comes when the girls ship off to school. We can have some quiet time, but we've been having super loud fans run, and it's been an adjustment.
On the bright side, this morning when I woke up, it was 74 degrees in this house. It lasted until the sun decided to come up, and we're already climbing. I think we're at 76 right now already, and it's not even noon yet.
And it's a cloudy day today. Like, the sun is coming out, but there's lots of clouds in the sky, so it's going to be a hot one, and it's only going to continue to get hot because now we're like in summer pretty much. I
told Alicia the other day that my attitude that I have is a direct reflection of how hot I am, and I haven't been cool in like 5 days, so you can tell that my attitude might not be great. Also, Alicia's attitude, I think, is dependent on the weather as well.
He told me it's one thing when you're hungry, and it's one thing when you're tired, but when you're tired, hungry, and hot, that's a triple threat right there. I'm not the best.
Hot Alicia is a woman I did not meet when I was getting married to her.
No.
I met her recently, and I don't think that Hot Alicia should be a part of this relationship anymore.
You took me out of Texas too long. I can't handle
whatever this girl needs. She better be cool.
It's true. Like, I'm okay if I'm hot and tired and hungry and it's just me. I can manage. But when the 3 little ones and Buddy and you all start needing me for all the things, it just, and then like I said, I haven't had a noise break, and so like I literally just go outside to get some peace. It's burning up out there, but at least when I come in, I'm cool. So I'm trying to manage my likability, I guess, because it's hard to be likable when like you're just sweating all the time. And I don't work outside. You work outside. You're supposed to be sweating during the day. I'm supposed to be the princess in the castle.
I'm actually not that hot outside when I mow. I have the right kind of clothes and everything. I stay cool. I'm hot when I come home. And like when you take a shower thinking you're gonna feel great and you get out and you're hotter than you were all day mowing yards, that takes me to like a level 10 of where my attitude and my mentality is.
Yes, it's hard to remain positive when you're hot and tired and all the things, but we're doing it, and thanks to Phil and Lolo, like we're doing it pretty well, because by this point, if we didn't have all these fans and ACs and everything, we would either be at Phil and Lolo's or we would be at a hotel, because it's just unbearable for any length of time, I think.
Now, I'm gonna show you what the outside of the house looks like with our custom air conditioner units. Hopefully soon, you are doing the job for everybody. But here we go. Here's window unit number 1. There it is, right here in the kitchen. I am grateful for that thing, because without him, the kitchen would almost be unbearable. Here's the next one. Y'all, don't worry about telling me how bad it is. I know how bad it is. I was here when I did it. This is the exhaust vent for the one in our master. And it's got some power to it, so I had to duct tape it. But there it is. That is so we can get the hot air out and not let the bugs in, because we live in Texas. And even though it's super hot in our house, for some reason these bugs still want to go in there. It's not even comfortable. So that's that. And then I'm going to show you the kids' room. The wind actually feels amazing today. It's normally not windy. But there is the kids' room. This one, it barely fit, but it's working. There you go, right there. There's the window unit for the kids' room. So between all 3 ACs and the porta-cool, we cannot keep this house cool. Even with our shade trees, this house, it's gonna end up being 80 degrees during the daytime, and come about sunset or so, it'll start going down, and we just wait until it gets to about 75 or 76 in the house. Then we take showers, and we have a no moving policy for the rest of the night. Don't talk a lot, don't move. Let's try to let this house cool down. Man, I mowed this yard yesterday. It already looks shaggy. What y'all think about that? I think that looks pretty good. See, I fertilized before it rained, and then it rained like 4 times the amount I thought it would, and now I have to mow like every 3 days, which is awesome because I have an awesome lawnmower. Not so awesome because I don't pay myself very well to do it. Anyway, guys, that's what we've been doing for the last couple days. Hopefully by the next video, we are no longer hot, because our attitudes are going to progressively get worse as each day goes by that this thing is not fixed. So fingers crossed that tomorrow he comes over here and fixes the part that's in the inside unit, and they can go ahead and get this thing up and running. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. We love you, and we'll see you in the next one.